Now, why would two people, same age, probably went to same school, probably from the same neighborhood, end up turning out differently? One very successful and one just mediocre, average. The thing is self motivation. As they say, it is self motivation, it is self imposed. You can't really share your motivation with another person. You can't really motivate another person. If someone is motivated, they would go and look for whatever it is they're looking for. They would become resourceful. Now, I've tried this a lot. I'm trying to help people, trying to change people, trying to motivate people to become what I think they could become, to fulfill what I've seen for them. But it's actually extremely difficult for someone to see through your own eyes. There's a lot of things that come in play. Self-esteem. How do you feel about yourself? And how do you think others feel about you? Self-value. How do you see yourself? There's a saying that you can never rise above how you see yourself. You would always be at that place where you see yourself. And how does all this self-doubt, self-esteem, self-motivation, how do they come about? One thing is doing less than you can do, doing less than your best. You just take a second and think about it. Every time you become frustrated, every time you become upset, every time you become disappointed, is because you know you have done less than you could do. Every time you know, like, you're giving less than 100%. I haven't seen anyone who's really upset with themselves for giving 100% every day. And that's what success is about. They say success is in the doing, in the action. Success is about doing. It's all about the doings. It's all about the doings. It's all about the action. It's all about the steps. It's all about doing it. But now, how can you take action? How can you take steps? How can you start the doings without a plan? You can't execute zero plan. So that goes back to planning, thinking. Most of us end up executing other people's plan. We become part of other people's plan. Why? Because we have no plan of our own. They say God has designed human the major part of our life, the major part of our value. So now the ball is left in our court. It's up to us. It's our own responsibility to start the doing, to making it count, to start taking action. They say action leads to reactions. I know the wise people, they say there's just two things to life. One, make plans. Then number two, execute, start the doings. This is much easier said than done. A lot of people would rather fold their hands and pray, lie on the floor, expect a miracle, than engage in physical activity, engage in a plan, engage in thinking, engage in how can I change myself, how can I change my life. I've been doing the same thing for the last 5-10 years. I'm in this same situation. I'm tired of this life. I want to change. How do I start? Most people rather give into prayer than do this thinking. It is called critical thinking for a reason. When you get to that critical point, you think, I need a change. The problem is most people are so far from that line. They just exist in a land of, in a fairy land, as they say. Someone says physical happiness is being happy with what you have while you are in pursuit of what you want. Living uniquely, not waiting until you make all the millions in your life, enjoying your life as you go along. Why? Because you have a plan in place. You are working towards something. And sometimes That is actually the goal. That's the achievement. Sometimes it's not about the destination. It's about knowing like you are going to get there. Why? Because you have a plan in place. That's why you see some people happy all through their life. Why? Not because they're the richest, because they know they are working towards something. They're getting better every day. They're improving on themselves. They have a goal. They might not hit their target every day, but they're getting closer to it and they're getting better every day. So unless you change what you are currently doing today, or unless you are very happy with where you are today and what you're doing today, if you don't change that, you will always have what you have today. You will always be where you are today. Nothing will change unless you change.